Alright boys, this is going to be a little bit different to what I normally post on my channel. This is going to be a complete beginner guide. This is like, I just bought Tekken 7, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing with this game. What do these buttons do? Why does it say high, medium and low in training? What's damage? How the fuck do I, why can characters sidestep? I thought this was Street Fighter. How do I block? Just really basic shit. So yeah, turn off now if you played more than an hour of Tekken. This is for complete noobs. Alright, so let's start with the inputs, because I'm going to call them 1, 2, 3, and 4 just to make it easy on myself, because that's what you call them. But essentially what I mean is square is your left punch, and that's 1. 2 is your right punch, and that's triangle. X is your left kick, and that's 3. And then circle is your right kick, and that's known as 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see on the inputs in the bottom, it's like you're kind of holding, like this would be triangle on a PlayStation controller. See the yellow thing there at the bottom? And that would be X. So it's kind of like tilted a little bit. So just so you can remember the inputs: 1, 2, 3, 4. Square, triangle, X, circle. Right? Alright, right. Okay, cool. So next thing to learn is first what's high, medium, and low. So in Tekken, there's 2 types of guards. Well, there's three heights of attack, right? So there's high attacks, there's medium attacks, and there's low attacks. Generally, high attacks are usually quite quick. Medium attacks usually are the strongest moves in the game, but they always have a weakness. Either they're slow, you can step them, or you can get punished after using them, but I'll go into that later. And low attacks are always kind of slow when you compare it to jab. Jab's super fast, but look how long it takes for the kick to come out in comparison. Yeah, and that's it. High, medium, and low. Okay, cool. So there's two types of blocking in this game. There's standing guard and there's crouching guard. So how do you stand guard? You just hold back. Simple as that. Yep, it is that simple. So I'm just gonna get the dummy to attack me a little bit. No, you can record stuff in the dummy and get him to do it. So because I'm standing guard, his moves aren't gonna hit me. Because see the way he's doing high and medium attacks? So yeah, you just hold back. When in doubt, hold back. So what do you do if if the opponent is like constantly standing guard, and obviously all your stuff is not going through them, and you're doing like medium and high attacks and whatnot, and you're just like, fuck you, man. So what you do is you start doing your low attacks. These are different depending on the character, but in general, down 3 and down 4 are usually always low attacks on almost every character. There's like 3 exceptions. One of them being Steve, who doesn't kick, and his is like down 1. He gets a low attack. So if they're like standing guarding and you can't get through it, you just start doing some low attacks. If they don't know how to block low, congratulations, you just run them around. If they do know how to block low, which I'm going to go into now, then that's when you start using your medium attacks. So what is crouching guard is the next thing, is this. So when you're crouching guard, you do it by holding down back. Highs will go completely over it. So to see the high attacks I'm doing, they're just going over his head. Can't hit him with the high attacks, but medium attacks will hit, and medium attacks are usually the strongest attacks in the game, because like they can lead to combos and stuff. So the other thing about crouching guard is you block lows as well, right? So this is very general. It does depend on the character, but in general, your quickest move from when you leave go crouching, right? you're in a state called Wild Rising, which gives you access to unique moves. So to see the way when I hit 2, when I'm standing, it does one move. Or if I'm like crouching, holding down back, it does this other move. Which doesn't do much damage, right? But if I'm Wild Rising, which means I leave go of the down back, then hit 2, it does that move. And this is across a lot of different characters. Usually your Wild Rising 2 is the most powerful one, and your Wild Rising 4 is the quickest one, but does a lot less damage. That's general rules. Characters differ, but generally that's it. Alright. So we know how to stand block, we know how to crouch block, we know what high, medium, and low attacks do. Alright, so let's go into sidestepping, which is something that makes it this game a little bit unique when you compare it to like Street Fighter and stuff. So in Street Fighter, generally the idea a lot of people do is you crouch guard most of the time because you can kind of react to the to the medium attacks, which in Street Fighter is called overheads. You can generally react to them, or not react to them, but like it's generally safer to duck low. In Tekken, it's the opposite. Low attacks are the weakest attacks in the game. In general, are the slowest ones. If they're strong and low, they're really slow, so you can just react to it. You can just block low when you see it come out. Yeah. So, where was I? What was I talking about? I just lost my train of thought. Talking about Street Fighter. Talking about low attacks. Oh yeah, sidestepping. So, what's cool about Tekken is it's a 3D game. So, you see the way against this move, if I duck, I can just get hit by it. Right? So, what do? You can sidestep. And the general rule for sidestepping is you step away from the limb that you're trying to dodge. Alright, think about that for a second. So his fucking foot's coming out at the right side. So I step to the right, away from it. Away from the danger. And obviously when I'm recording, of course I'll fuck up, you know, like it's just... So, how do you sidestep? How you sidestep is you just tap up or down. Not hold it, because if you hold up you get a jump, if you hold down you get a crouch. You just tap it. If you double tap it and hold the second input, you start sidewalking. So if you're confident in their, like, if they're constantly doing this, constantly with the right limb, then you can be very confident that you can just step to the other side. Alright, cool. Alright, so what have we covered? We've covered high, medium, low. We've covered blocking, holding back, down back to the crouch guard, and a little bit of sidestepping. Alright, so you almost know how to sort of play Tekken. Cool. Just one last thing is fucking throws, because people are going to be fucking throwing throws all the fucking time, and they're really aggravating unless you know how to deal with them. So you do a throw by pressing any of the punch buttons and the same kick, right? So if I press 1+3, I'll do that throw, right? If I press 2+4, I'll get that throw. So I'll just get the dummy to do it. How you break a throw is you just press one of the punch buttons if it's a generic throw, which is the ones I just showed you. Every character has access to those throws. So I'll just show you that now. Cool. See the way I broke it? Whoops, did it too early. And all I do is pressing the punch button. And it doesn't matter which punch button you're doing, as long as you're just pressing a punch button. If you try and press both of them at the same time, you'll fail the throw. The reason for that is the characters have access to another thing called command throws. So it's basically, it's unique to the character, but Laws is down forward 1+2, so that means 2 of the punch buttons together, right? So I'll just get him to do it, and that's his command throw. And you break that with 1+2 instead of just 1 R2. But you know, I don't think many people are going to be doing that. Right, just some general things. Your standing 1 is the fastest move in the game. Every character has access to this move, and it's the same data for every single character. It's fucking fast as shit, and usually 1-2 is a little string you can do. It's really quick, and you can use it to check your opponent. If your opponent is pressuring you a lot, like doing a lot of shit in your face, usually down back 1 is this little. It's called a dick jab, because you give them a little sucker punch into the cock there. It will stop them in their tracks, because like they're going blah 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 blah. You just go like that and you stop them. Down forward 1 is always a mid. Like maybe 1 or 2 characters don't have a mid for their down forward 1, but everyone else down for 1 always a mid. So if they're ducking, you just hit them with down for 1, or you can just like fucking spam buttons. Who gives a shit? And down 3, down 4, always lows. So this is the fucking basics of Tekken. Tekken is so fucking deep. It's deeper than the fucking ocean, right? But hopefully you can just fucking pull out a game with this. And good luck.